Today we're talking about the ultimate Insta360 ONE RS vlogging setup. This is what I'm using right now. We've got the 4K boost lens on there, and today in this video I'm going to tell you exactly what you need and how to get the best results from vlogging or recording any video with the Insta360 ONE RS. Where I am, in the middle of this wheat field, I think it is. So cool. Okay, anyway, there's a few things that are really important when you're recording video of any kind, but especially when you're doing vlogging with a setup like this. You've got to have good picture quality to start with, so we're using the 4K boost lens on the Insta360 ONE RS. This is capable of recording 6K. If you want to, we can try that out now. So here it is, 6K widescreen. You can have 6K from this amazing little action camera. It won't overheat because it's got that new dissipation, heat covering, heat protection on the new case. That helps with that, and it's very good. The 6K looks very good on a big screen especially, so you can check it out on a bigger, wider screen if you want to. So you have got this option if that's what you want to do. A very close or even at the top to video quality is audio quality, and with this vlogging setup we are using the Rode Wireless Go 2 with the microphone adapter that plugs into the side of the Insta360 ONE RS. It sounds amazing. There's so many different options. You can actually record internal audio on here as well, so for any reason you don't get the recording in camera, it's backed up on the microphone up here. So that's an amazing option for recording external audio. I'd fully recommend external audio. You've got to remember these things are action cameras. The audio isn't fantastic inbuilt. I would fully recommend having an external audio source. If you're going to be doing a lot of talking, a lot of walking, a lot of moving around, external audio is definitely the way to go, and the Rode Wireless Go 2 is probably the best, if not a little bit expensive, but it's probably the best wireless system you can get out there at the moment. There we go, audio, video quality covered. So those are the main two. I'd say third is probably stabilisation. Stabilisation is really important when you're out vlogging. You don't want it to be shaky up and down. You've got the flow state stabilisation on the Insta360 ONE RS. Looks amazing, so you want it to be nice and steady. The flow state stabilisation is comparable to Hypersmooth on the GoPro. If you've got a GoPro, you know how good that is. This is just as good as that. Flow state is brilliant. And it's not like jumping around and jerky when you're watching something. That's the last thing you want to see on a video is really bumpy, vibration and skippy video. You want it nice and smooth, nice and good and sounding great. And we're like a long way towards it being a very good video at that point. There's probably one more thing I would fully recommend you have when it comes to using an action camera, a smaller camera like this, which has a limited battery life. The battery life is much improved, 30% more on the new Insta360 ONE RS over the old R version. But I would fully recommend having their power stick, the new accessory, which is selling really well, so you've got to get in there quick if you do want one. There is a link in the description down below, and it gives you up to about 3 times the battery life added to the camera if you've got this linked up to the Insta360 ONE RS. Please note that the Insta360 ONE RS doesn't support the function buttons yet. That will be coming in July. At the end of July, I've been assured that the update will be coming, so you can actually use the function buttons from the selfie stick that is powered. You'll be able to change the modes, check the battery level, turn it on and off, press record, all those different functions. So that will be coming in July, but at the moment it still works as like a power brick, if you like. So you've got extra power, and it does work with the Insta360 ONE RS for that. So yeah, I fully recommend having something like that, not only because it's got a 1/4 inch thread on the bottom, so you can put a little tripod on the bottom if you want, just like a generic one, have it as a tripod stick. It does extend like so we can vlog like this if you want to. If you've got the 360 mod, you could put that on there as well and have this invisible selfie stick. This is invisible, so you can have that sort of cool 360 footage look. But if you don't want that, you just want the normal action camera look with the 4K, then it extends back down. You've got the tripod, you've got the power function buttons coming in July. Must have. You've got power, good audio, good picture, good stabilisation. It's stacking up to be pretty much one of the best options out there for vlogging or video work, full stop. My last tip's coming soon, but I do want to say, remember these cameras are action cameras. They're primarily designed in the first place to record action sports, bright situations. They're not the best cameras in low light, although this has been improved. If you want to use this camera in low light situations, then you've got the Leica lens you could possibly buy as well, which is another mod that this camera works with. But yeah, just make sure that you know that they are action cameras. Don't use it in the wrong way, use it properly. Make sure that you're using it for what it's designed to be used for, and don't have too many expectations about recording film quality movies on here, although these days they are absolutely unbelievable. The quality of this camera is just phenomenal. It's coming a long way, but it's not a mirrorless camera yet, so don't expect it to be that. The last tip I would give you would be gain knowledge, understand how your camera works, use it often, get to know it, really use every function, and really hone your skills when it comes to using a camera. It goes a long way. You can just press record and you can just press a quick capture and not worry about the settings in auto, but there's ways to get really good pictures out of it. This has a manual mode. You can change the shutter, the ISO, the frame rate. You can play around with it, get to know the triangle of exposure, learn about ND filters, add different effects. You've got the bullet time with this if you use a 360 mod as well. The app from 360 is amazing. There's just so many creative things you can do with this camera. Having this package all together just makes that easier, because you've got the power to go all day, you've got the stabilisation, you've got the brilliant audio, you've got the good picture anyway. Everything about this is just great. So like I said, that's my 5th tip. Gain the knowledge, understand your camera, learn all about it, and it just makes using it a lot simpler and a lot more fun, because you understand what you're doing. You don't get frustrated with it. So learn all about the camera. Check out my other videos if you want. I'll link them up above and in the description down below. Basic settings, starter guides, tutorials. There's loads of videos on Insta360 cameras on my channel, so check those out. That's my 5 tips for getting the best sort of vlogging footage. You know, the great thing about this camera, and the great thing about making these videos and getting out and about doing things like this, is that once you're out, you feel so much better. You're out in nature, you're talking to yourself. It's kind of therapy in a way, and it just makes a massive difference to your day. I could walk forever and just carry on tonight. If I didn't have to go to bed, I would actually carry on. Sunset isn't for another hour, so I could just carry on, but I'm just conscious about tomorrow. I'm always conscious about the next day, and conscious about getting some rest as well. So sometimes you have to learn when to call it quits, call it a night, and just yes, start again tomorrow. So that's what I'm going to do. It's extremely beautiful out here, amazing. Okay, see you later.